Hello. The focus of this lesson is vocabulary, and specifically the vocabulary of time. It includes numbers, clock time, days of the week, and days of the month. Very important stuff. Let's begin with the numbers. You probably know these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. And the ordinal numbers, or the ordinals. First, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth, ninth, 10th, 11th, and 12th. Notice the ordinals look a little like their words. First, st. Second, und. Third, erd. Fourth, th. Okay. Now, let's work with some what questions and put the answers together with numbers and time expressions. I'll show you what I mean. What's your address? My address is 125 Main Street. What's the date? The date is the 2nd of June or the 4th of March. Another way to say the date is June 2nd or March 4th. What's the price? It's $25. What's the time? It's 3 o'clock. What time is it? It's 3 o'clock. What's the day? It's Monday. Or what day is it? It's Tuesday. And what's today? Today's Sunday. Not bad, huh? All right. So let's practice these. Let's try saying some answers with the numbers and time expressions. For example, I'll say the question, what's your address? And you make the answer. My address is 2 Main Street, 7 Elm Street. You tell me. Okay? Let's try these. What's your address? My address is 27 Harrow Street. Good. What's the date? The date is June 4th. Or remember, the 4th of June. Good. What's the price? The price is $120. What's the time? It's 3 o'clock. What time is it? It's 3:10. What's the day? It's Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. What day is it? It's Saturday. And what's today? Today is Saturday. That's great. Here's another question you should know and a few time expressions. What are the days of the week? And the answer is very important. The days of the week are Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Good. And a final important question. What are the months of the year? And the answer, the months of the year are January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, and December. Okay. Now let's try an exercise. This time we'll have an opportunity to write the answers to some of these WH questions. You will see the question, what's the 4th month of the year? And you will write the answer. The 4th month of the year is April. Okay. Now, pause the program, look at the study guide, and please do the exercise. Come right back here when you're finished. All right, let's review that exercise. You saw, what's the fourth month of the year? Question. And you wrote, the fourth month of the year is April. What's your address? You wrote, my address is 12 Main Street. What's the price? And you wrote, it is $20. What's the time? It's 3 o'clock. What time is it? The other verbs. We use the base form, for example, live, and we use the S form, for example, lives, in affirmative statements. So they live in Moscow, or he lives in Moscow. Okay? Now we have seen the two forms. Let's look at additional verbs in the affirmative sentences. Remember, these are other verbs, other than be. Live, I live in Veracruz. He lives in Singapore. Like, I like New York. It's fun. He likes Rome. It's also fun. Go, I go to Chicago in the summer. He goes to Berlin. Now, go is a special verb. I'll get back to that. Visit. I visit France each year. She visits Latvia. Begin. I begin work at 8 o'clock. She begins at 6. Use. I use a ballpoint pen. She uses a roller ball pen. Notice the two forms, the base form and the S form. Okay, now I want you to listen carefully. I'm going to read a passage which contains some of these verbs. Of course, you've got to listen carefully. Here we go. The baseball couple. Mr. Dalton lives in New York City. He likes the city very much. He often goes to the theater and the museums. He also likes baseball games. Miss Robinson lives in Los Angeles. She likes the ocean and the beaches. She often goes to New York, and she usually visits Mr. Dalton. She likes baseball too, so they often go to baseball games together. All right. Now, I'm going to read the passage once more, and this time you read it with me. Remember, the more you practice aloud, the better we're going to do. Here we go. The baseball couple. Mr. Dalton lives in New York City. He likes the city very much. He often goes to the theater and the museums. He also likes baseball games. Miss Robinson lives in Los Angeles. She likes the ocean and the beaches. She often goes to New York, and she usually visits Mr. Dalton. She likes baseball too. So they often go to baseball games together. All right, that's good. Now, we can practice saying sentences with all of these new verbs. New York very much. Go, he. He often goes to the theater and museums. Like, he. He also likes baseball games, right. Live. Miss Robinson. Miss Robinson lives in Los Angeles. That's right. Visit, she. She usually visits Mr. Dalton. Good. Like, she. She likes baseball too. Yes. And go, they. They often go to baseball games together. That's fantastic. Okay, let's try an exercise. It will give you a chance to write these sentences. You will see, live, and you will write, just as in the passage, Mr. Dalton lives in New York City. Got it? So put your program on pause, look at the study guide, and complete the exercise. Come back here afterwards. Okay, let's review the baseball couple. You saw live, and you wrote, Mr. Dalton lives in New York City. Like, he likes the city very much. Go, remember, go is a special verb. He often goes to the theater and the museum. Like, he also likes baseball games. Live, Miss Robinson lives in Los Angeles. Like, she likes the ocean and the beaches. Go, she often goes to New York. Visit, and she usually visits Mr. Dalton. Like, she likes baseball too. And go, so they often go to the baseball games together. Good job. See you next time. Hello. This lesson deals with other verbs and some new verbs and some irregular verbs. You remember the base forms and the S forms from previous lessons. Take a look at this. Base form like becomes S form likes. Visit, base form, visits, S form. Now, irregular verbs have the base form, has, S form. Go, base form, goes, S form. Now you know why go is a special verb. It's an irregular verb. And do is an irregular verb. S form is does, D-O-E-S, pronounced does. All right, so we use the base form of the verb with I, you, we, they, the students. So I go to New York, you go to New York, we go to New York.